But in that meeting in Ticonderoga, a chunk of it was a normal town business, things that needed to be discussed, certain projects around town that pretty normal town governance and things like that. Where things got interesting for those who are paying attention to the local news was, of course, when the floor was opened to the public for comments and public concern could be raised. As you could imagine, the issue on everyone's mind is the proposed battery energy storage systems unit there in Ticonderoga. And in general, I would also add that there were also comments made about the broader renewable energy projects and solar panels that have popped up all around Ticonderoga, as well as here in Moriah, but they are certainly all over Ticonderoga as well. So both of those were addressed and pushed very passionately, respectfully, on the part of Ticonderoga, those who were in attendance there, both respectfully and with passion and concern. I believe that the best thing I could do is show a brief clip from that meeting because it is better than what my commentary alone could do to give an accurate sense of the sentiment of the community and the concerns of the community in Ticonderoga. This testimony is it's probably about a minute or two from Ticonderoga resident Lisa Lovell. If I can play the clip without um, any tech issues, this will go through on our system.
The question, is it legal for the town of Ticonderoga, New York to pass the BESS system without having first voted or
No first vote.
violation? Yeah, without first having voted, or having the residents, having the residents vote. It just says, it is generally not legal for the New York Town Board to approve local laws or zoning permits for a substantial development without proper public notice and open meetings in New York. Local governments are bound by the New York State Open Meetings Law and New York State Municipal Home Rule Law.
That's right. I understand that.
It says meetings must be open to the public anytime.
All of our meetings will be open.
Well, I'm talking about, it says all meetings, anytime a quorum of the board gathers to discuss public business, residents have the right to attend, listen, and watch.
That's right.
So you guys called us to the college there, or the school there, to do the 6-month moratorium for a project that I don't think people knew anything or much about, and I wonder how many meetings were offered to the public about this project that we were voting for a 6-month moratorium on before we actually voted on the 6-month moratorium.
One meeting.
So in all that time, there was one meeting?
We had a public hearing that was to be held. It was too big for this upstairs here a few weeks ago. We moved to the high school to accommodate the open meeting law rule, and that's why we did that.
So in the last year, there was one meeting, because Katie has papers that go back to 9/25 APA permits.
I don't know, I wasn't here in 9/25. I'm on the record and said that I was in 2 meetings. I was at the meeting on December 9th last year,
Right.
and another meeting that I called at the end of March of this year. Those are the only 2 times I've ever met with Brookfield.
Or there have been any meetings on this thing?
No.
Is that, okay.
There have been no meetings, other than those 2, and I had them come here, because I want to talk to their safety and their health professionals, because they're environmental professionals, and they actually clean all.
All right, so aside from me fiddling with my controls here, there you have some of that testimony. And I think that's an accurate picture of the concern both the concern and confusion and bewilderment from those in Ticonderoga wanting answers from their elected officials on these projects, specifically in this case, in the questions that Lisa was raising there, the BESS project, and why it was allowed to this point with minimal input from the public or minimal public knowledge. And the just everybody wants answers, and we are working to get them, and we will find them. And so that is and it seems very clear to me that no one in Ticonderoga wants the project. Nobody wants the solar panels either, but especially the BESS project, that there is an option, of course, to kill it now with the ability to ban it permanently at the local level, and that is not being utilized for whatever reason. And there doesn't seem to be a clear answer, as you saw in the clip there, for what that would be. Now, there is, as we have been covering, a good deal of pressure from the state on these renewable energy projects that will be followed more extensively here on this channel to give you a more accurate picture on the state level as to the concerns there with the Office of Renewable Energy Siting and the ways that they are steamrolling local officials. And if that is the case here in Ticonderoga, there is certainly a lack of transparency and honesty in telling you that. So that will all be down the pipeline as we move along in bringing you that coverage to make sure that our information is as accurate as it can possibly be to bring you that story. And it is, again, not quite clear from our indication and our sources at this point. There were, of course, others that spoke in that meeting. Many spoke about Ticonderoga's history and the need for cooperation in the community and the need for a vibrant downtown economy. And that was also a concern raised, was the downtown economy and the need for that to be to date, the need for the plan going forward for Ticonderoga to be robust and as best suited for the 21st century as it can be. And really, for all of the Adirondacks, a plan should be in place for economic revitalization. The first step of which is to throw out the powers that be that hinder that growth. So that is all I will say on that tonight, because that is all the information that we have for that. The footage is out there on our Ticonderoga correspondent Lori Messing's Facebook page right now, and I will be working over the weekend to bring the rest of the footage to those that would like it through the Moriah channel's Facebook page. The way it came out through our camera there was in kind of basically in chunks, and that's why I only showed that little clip there tonight. So hopefully I can go through and either edit it together or figure something out to get that to you, to those that would like it. The meeting was in two parts. Part one was The regular business conducted. Jim O'Brien was not there. He was running late to the meeting. And then he came in for part two after a 15-minute intermission. And then that testimony there was in part two, ran about 2 hours or so. And of course, some improvements there with nameplates that were in place to, at least for those in attendance, to know who actually was who. So again, that will be forthcoming, and we will do our best there.